Hey folks, and welcome to my thoughts on a manga. And today's manga is The Girl from the Other Side, Volume 1. This is the first one in the series by 7 Seas. I'm pretty sure that's the publisher. There will be spoilers. Alright, let's start with names. So the story and the art are by NAGABE. I hope that's how you say that. I'm not sure if it's one person or more, or a group. I don't know. Tried looking. And I'll leave the rest of the people who contributed down below. It's just I looked at some of the names. I don't even want to try to pronounce them. Alright, so let's begin. So in our story we have we get the bases pretty much in. So it looks like there were, at least according to the kind of folklore in here, it was the goddess, the god of light and the god of darkness. The light of God, she brought happiness and all that good stuff to people. And the god of darkness brought mischief and misery. And so the god of light has decided that she's going to punish him by turning him into a hideous creature and taking everything from him. Obviously, he was not happy about that. And so he unleashed a curse, but she managed to make a wall so the curse would not hit the people. He wanted everyone to be cursed like him. So, basically it's her fault. I mean, I get it, you want to punish him. She didn't punish him that bad. Maybe no one would turn into a creature. So that's the folklore inside, and so we have insiders and outsiders. Insiders are people, right here, like Shiva, and the outsiders are these, well, at least so far we've only seen these owl-horned, rat-looking creatures. I don't know, it kind of looks like a combination of an owl, a raven, and a goat. To me, anyway. So this is Teacher, that's his name. First I thought we wouldn't find out, or that he doesn't have a name. Because most of the books, Shiva doesn't refer to him in his name. Anyway, this is Teacher, and so far we see, at least in this one, only creatures like him. So if Teacher touches anyone, they will get the curse and turn into a creature, I think, pretty much like himself. So there's a wall, and people, that they run away from cursed places, and they kill the ones that are suspected of the curse. Well, like witch hunting. So I take it Teacher found Shiva in the inside where he is. Found her there with a book from her aunt. And it looks like that for the past 2 weeks in the story he's been taking care of her. And making sure she's fed. And they sleep in a house that I'm not uncertain who it belongs to, but they stay there. So he's taking care of her. And they're, sorry. So he's taking care of her, and she's waiting for her aunt to come back and take her. But what she doesn't know, and that Teacher doesn't really want to tell her, is that her aunt is most likely dead. And we find out that she purposefully left Shiva there because Shiva was suspected to be cursed and she would be killed, and her aunt couldn't think of any other way to save her. We find out through a journal that Teacher finds in the village they go to. You can see there's Shiva. She was sent to go get water. I love the art in here. Although in some places where it was mainly black, I sometimes had to figure out what I was looking at. But other than that, I really love the art. It's awesome. So you see they go into this village that's not too far away from where their home is. There we go. This is the journal that teacher finds. They also meet another, well, they don't meet him, but they see another outsider. You see that over here. And so this is how they spend their time. Shiva is looking forward to meeting her aunt again. They have to also be around each other without touching each other, because Shiva will get cursed. And this is what the teacher explains to her. I love his eyes. I think Shiva's about 6 or 7. I mean, she seems to know how to do quite a few things. But she doesn't yet know how to read, I think. Or maybe she does. Doesn't seem that way. It's also interesting. It doesn't seem that Shiva is afraid of teacher. Which makes me wonder, how did she react the first time they met? Because he presumably found her and decided to take care of her. So I don't know. But anyway, they seem to have a very comfortable and friendly relationship. Looks like a teacher cares for her very much. And Shiva is worried about him, when she leaves with Auntie, how is he going to be? She makes him a flower crown. See? Right here. And she puts it on him. Now, teacher doesn't remember who he was. He was also cursed, and he can't remember who he was in the past. Shiva thinks he might have been a doctor. I think he was also in some kind of, or maybe was a teacher, really. I mean, based on his clothes, they don't look exactly like the clothes of a farmer. So we see a teacher going out to see all they take the people that are supposedly cursed, they're killed, and then they leave them in the forest. And not in the forest, on the outside. You can see here. Here's the fairy tale that we read. I'm having a tea party. So here's the kingdom. This is the wall. And all the people from that one village, the one that we see in the beginning, they all ran there as well. They took a lot of people. The king ordered to take them in. We see a group of soldiers going out to take the bodies. And it looks like some soldiers have seen Shiva around in the forest. So, a teacher tells her that her aunt will come soon. He doesn't mean to. He means to tell her the truth, that her aunt is probably dead. But he can't bring himself to. And so on the day where it begins to rain heavily, there's the soldiers. Shiva brings in some firewood so it wouldn't get wet, and she decides to take an umbrella and go look for her auntie. And she comes across the soldiers who tried to kill her. I do wonder how they check if someone is cursed. Like, apparently these, the creatures, the outsiders, can shapeshift. Because they say, they can look human, but they're not. Which is interesting. So the soldiers shoot at Shiva. Poor girl. So, teacher back in the house, he finished reading a piece of the journal where it's apparently the letter from the aunt. And suddenly he notices that the house is too quiet and realizes Shiva ran out. He finds the umbrella. Right here, at first I couldn't figure out. It looked like he was putting a glove on. At first to me. Then I realized he's holding the umbrella. They're attacking. Shiva tries to run away. They almost shoot and kill her, but teacher saves her in time. It looks like he can't feel the pain, and he doesn't have a mouth. Which makes me wonder how exactly we can hear him. Because Shiva can hear him talk. So how does she hear it in her mind? Or how does he talk if he has no mouth? I mean, it's true, you don't see him open his mouth, as he doesn't have one. But how does he talk? That's what I'm curious about. Anyway, he saves her. The soldiers don't want to leave, but he tells them that he'll curse them if they don't leave them alone. They don't leave Shiva alone. They run away and retreat. And we see that teacher is very much relieved that Shiva is alright. Now, unfortunately, he can't carry her back, and she twisted her ankle while trying to run away. And they walk in a funny way with the umbrella. Very adorable. Anyway, back in the house, teacher reads some in his books and finds a remedy for her leg, which she needs to rub on and then bandage. And it looks like after the whole ordeal, Shiva is very much sad. And teacher tries to cheer her up by making her an apple pie, like her auntie would make. Doesn't go very well. Aw, look how happy she is. And then we see another creature. I'm not sure if it's the one that we saw in the beginning or not, but this one talks as well, and he's looking for Shiva. There he is going inside. It looks like he cursed her, and he's wondering why the curse isn't working. Why is she still human? Why isn't her soul his? It's interesting. Does that mean all the ones that have been cursed and are now outsiders, does that mean their soul belongs to him? And what does that mean about teacher? Does he still have his soul as well? It is very, very fascinating. So when she wakes up, she thinks it might be a teacher. Then she sees this creature. It looks like teacher, but his horns are more tree-like, and doesn't seem to have eyes. So, oh, look at this image. That's awesome. Teacher hears noises, and he goes to check on Shiva, and then he sees this other creature, and he touches her. The other creature touches her. And, well, what's going to happen now? That's quite the dramatic ending. So, but this was interesting. This was very interesting. I liked it. It is, not a whole lot of explanation. There's enough for you to understand what's more or less going on, and it's given to you as you read onward. The art looks amazing. I love teacher's design. It's a very, very cool looking creature. The one thing though is in here, sometimes it's hard to tell who's the word bubbles for. They didn't have like the little pointy part to what character is talking, so some instances I had to figure out who was saying what. Because in some of them I really couldn't tell. But overall I got it. It was good. I'm definitely gonna get the next one at a later date and continue reading. I do want to know what happens. Is Shiva gonna become a creature now, or is there something about her which doesn't let it work? I think this is more of a story if you like these type of weird things or these type of mysterious magical stories. I think you'll like this. If you're looking for more, action and stuff like that, I don't think you'll enjoy this particularly. But if you like magic and very weird stuff, I think you're gonna like this one. Also, the cover is awesome. Alright, folks, so that is it. Let me know if you've ever heard of this one, if you read anything by this person or group or whatever. Until next time, bye.